As you know, friends, there are many plugins in the SketchUp program. There are hundreds of plugins. We do not know where and how to use these plugins. We do not know which ones are doing which task. For you, I would like to show you some of the 5 popular plugins on this screen right now and some of the plugins that I use the most and will be useful to you in every field. I'll get right to the point. I want to get straight to the point without much ado. Here we have the drop plugin, that is, the plugin for dropping an object on the floor. Here we will drop a tree, but you can also drop many objects indoors. It is one of my most used plugins. Look, there is a distance difference between trees and land when you press the drop plugin in JHS Power Tools here. The model captures the soil ground. You can use it indoors on coffee tables, anywhere. You can use it to think of any object. As an example, let's say some objects on a table. If a coffee cup does not touch the floor, you can immediately drop it to 0 point, and it is very useful and you can use this plugin everywhere. Our second plugin is Round Corner, the classic round corner that has been used by users for years. What does it do? Smoothing these sharp surfaces. It means making the corner edge part soft. Why is that? Because in the outside world, friends, in the realistic world, no object has such sharpness. So the edges need to be softened. Now I'll show you in a moment. I need to use a round corner to soften this sharpness. On the round corner menu, look, there are soft, a little more medium, soft, and sharp surfaces. This is the soft surface we use the most, friends. I select all of the model with 3 clicks. I pressed round corner. Look here, under round corner, I turn it off. Under round corner, there are many menus here that we will see here. Do not get confused with the menus. Do not confuse. We will only play with the offset value 1, that is, the refraction value, and the centimeter and segment value. The segment part says how many segments the edges should be bent during fracture. You don't need to think too much about this part because it is enough to give 4 and 6 here. Other than that, 8 or 10 values are too much. Look, after doing this, you print geometry. What happened? Look, let's get closer. This one does it sometimes, this one mates. See? The corners have been softly broken. I'll come to the other plugin. I'll connect it to another one. Friends, we've seen the CHS PAL Bar plugin. We saw the round corner plugin. In SketchUp Vray, we have a UV tool called UV Planer here in the tools that help us. What does this mean? Look at the coding here. The coding is broken. Now I used round corner, I did this, but after doing this, I need a plugin that corrects the coding and texture. Now I've selected all of this. Look guys, I'm pressing this button here. See how beautifully he fixed it, or I press this button here. See? For example, here he literally put the wood texture on my model. The model was very sharp before. It looks very soft now. No matter which rendering engine you use, it will look very high quality. One of the basic stages of realistic rendering is to make the model soft and smooth the coding. So for Round Corner and Vray and other rendering engines, the series of auxiliary tools are very important friends connected to each other. Our third plugin was Vray Auxiliary Tools. Our fourth plugin is Tools on Surface, again a plugin belonging to Fredo. There are many plugins in it. Look at this, my terrain friends, on the sloping terrain. That is, the purpose of Tools on Surface is to draw on sloping terrain. Now, normally you cannot draw a drawing here with the commands of the SketchUp program. Look, I can't draw here. I mean, SketchUp commands will not draw on a curved surface in any way, but that's the purpose of Tools on Surface. Look, I want to draw a circular area as a tree zone on a part like this. Look, guys, see? It separated it from the surface. So it's drawing on the sloping surface. See? You can do it very simply. I got it back, or I want to cut this part from the line here. I want to cut it curved. Look at the friends I started from there. He recognizes the surface. I'm here now. I separated it from here. See? This part is different. You can make this part different. You can use a line if you want. I mean, why would I use this line? If I'm going to build a fence or a wall here with the Profile Builder plugin, this line will work for me because I have drawn on the sloping terrain. When I click on it, when I choose this line, and this line, friends, of course, these are cut off. When I select it, it will make a wall there. But here we see one of the most popular plugins. One of them is Tools on Surface. The offset value you see here is the offset distance. It offsets the sloping terrain. Do you see? It makes an offset on the sloping terrain, and I have separated the land here. Friends, as you can see, it is a very great plugin, and you can use this plugin again when modeling and designing both indoors and outdoors. Because you need them to play on a curved organic model, friends, so it is very important. Our fifth plugin is subbed, so this is actually a feature like this, friends. Let me show it like this. Look, let's say I normally drew a square like this, and I gave it a mass, and I selected it and grouped it and pressed the button at the very beginning. These, friends, are actually a plugin for smoothing objects without assigning polygons to extra surfaces. When I pressed the plus, see, it became very soft. Normally, other add-ons soften it by throwing too many polygons around to soften it and increase the number of polygons. You can use this in a field or in a different place. A plugin that makes softening without increasing the number of polygons, press the plus here again to make more softening. It softens up to the stage where you press the plus, and when we press the geometry there, do you see it? It has done the softening in a very standard, very soft way. We can use them in many places. So I can use this drawing wherever I want, even by making a pillow. I can shrink it with the scale tool, that is, by using it in different ways. I can create very different objects. So that's why it's so beautiful, so perfect, ADD on this. The solid objects we have already made need to be softened in some way. If you do not soften a drawing you have made, you cannot make any progress in any way. It always looks square. Draw a sofa model, no matter what the object model is, no matter what you draw. You need to soften the edges of the sofa model so that it looks quality. That's why I introduced you the best SketchUp 5 plugins that you can use everywhere, friends. If you have the plugins you use the most in this regard, you can leave them in the comments section. If you subscribe to our channel, we always say we strive to offer you a lot of videos in this way. If you subscribe, this and many similar plugins will come. We have now introduced 5 of these plugins to you. The plugins used by landscape architects and the plugins you will use indoors, the plugins you will use more outdoors, we will tell you section by section on the channel. So these 5 plugins are plugins that you will use anytime, anywhere. So I'm showing these for now. If there is a type of plugin for a need you want to learn in other parts, write as a comment under this video, friends. Let's shoot his video.